Pamadaji leading us into the reading.
Yes.
Okay.
Chapter 17, The Divisions of Faith. Text 1. Arjuna inquired, O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of scripture but worship according to their own imagination? Are they in goodness, in passion, or in ignorance? Text 2. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, according to the moods of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds: in goodness, in passion, or in ignorance. Now, hear about this. Arshana Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Text 3. O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of particular faith according to the modes he has acquired. Text 4. Men in mode of goodness worship the demigods, those in the mode of passion worship the demons, and those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. Hare Krishna. Aruni Mataji.
Text 5 and 6. Those who undergo severe austerities and penances not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish and who torture the material elements of the body, as well as the supersoul dwelling within, are to be known as demons. Can you scroll up, please? Text 7. Even the food each person prefers is of three kinds, according to the three modes of material nature. The same is true of sacrifices, austerities, and charity. Now hear of the distinctions between them. Satyabha Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Text 8. Foods dear to those in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. Text 9. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in the mode of passion. Such foods cause distress, misery, and disease. Text, sorry. Varshana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Text 10. Food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, and putrid, and food consisting of remnants and untouchable things is dear to those in the mode of darkness. Mataji, this is pronounced as putrid.
Putrid.
How
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah.
Putrid. Okay. Thank you. Text 11. Of sacrifices, the sacrifice performed according to the directions of scripture as the matter of duty by those who desire no reward is of nature of goodness. Aruni Mataji, text 12.
Text 12. But the sacrifice performed for some material benefit or for the sake of pride, O chief of the Bharatas, you should know to be in the mode of passion. Text 13. Any sacrifice performed without regard for the directions of scripture, without distribution of prasadam, spiritual food, without chanting of Vedic hymns and remunerations to the priests, and without faith is considered to be in the mode of ignorance. Satyabha Mataji.
14. Austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, and superiors like the father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. Text 15. Austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. Harshana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are the austerities of the mind. Text 17. The threefold austerity performed with transcendental faith by men not expecting material benefit but engaged only for the sake of the Supreme is called austerity in goodness. Hare Krishna. Aruni.
Text 18. Penance performed out of pride and for the sake of gaining respect, honor, and worship is said to be in the mode of passion. It is neither stable nor permanent. Text 19. Penance performed out of foolishness with self-torture or to destroy or injure others is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Sutaba Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Text 20. Charity given out of duty without expectation of return at the proper time and place and to a worthy person is considered to be the mode of goodness. Text 21. But charity performed with the expectation of some return or with a desire for fruitive results or in a grudging mood is said to be charity in the mode of passion. Rashana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Text 22. And charity performed at an impure place, at an improper time, to unworthy persons, or without proper attention and respect, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Text 23. From the beginning of creation, the three words Om Tat Sat were used to indicate the Supreme Personality, Supreme Absolute Truth. These three symbolic representations were used by Brahmanas while chanting the hymn of the Vedas and during the sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Supreme. Hare Krishna, Aruni Mataji, text 24.
Therefore, transcendentalists undertaking performances of sacrifice, charity, and penance in accordance with scriptural regulations begin always with Om to attain the Supreme. Text 25. Without desiring fruitive results, one should perform various kinds of sacrifice, penance, and charity with the word Tat. The purpose of such transcendental activities is to get free from material entanglement. Sutama.
Yes. Text 26, 27. The absolute truth is the objective of devotional service, and it is indicated by the word Sat. The performance of such sacrifice is also called Sat, as are all works of sacrifice, penance, and charity, which, true to the absolute nature, are performed to please the Supreme Person. O son of Pritha. Text 28. Anything done as sacrifice, charity, or penance without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pritha, is impermanent. It is called asat and is useless both in this life and the next. Hari Bol.
Very nice. Okay, so before we go to the next chapter, we will we go into any further reflections. I wanted to check with you, Sutapa Mataji. You had a question.
Yes. Mataji, like we already know that the soul, after death, the soul passes. So, like if our father or mother, parents, they died long ago, more than 10 years or something. So they may got already a body. So if we ask for blessing or if we sometimes we miss them and pray, so the blessings will be there, Mataji, or prayer, like that love or something.
Yeah.
Just
So how can they be? Right. So right. That is why we say that throughout the life we should focus on. Here also they are saying, see, did you notice that they were talking about sacrifice, and we all sacrifice is yajna, right? And so they talked about sacrifices, but did you see they talked about men in the mode of goodness worshiping the demigods? One would have thought that, okay, if I am in the mode of goodness, I would be worshiping Krishna. I'm good, right? Not right. They said goodness, demigods, and then passion, like that, right? And then ignorance, ghost spirit, like that,
ignorance
right?
goes spirit.
Ignorance and ghost and spirit. So then the question asked is like, oh, so where is the devotional service to Krishna? Where does this lie in the three modes of material nature? What level is that I'm doing, right? You are doing right now reading. So the answer is that it is not in the material world at all. It's in the spiritual plane. Worship to the spiritual, to the supreme personality of God. It's at a higher level. So that is why, um, you know, lines of religion that teach you things like after death you'll go to heaven and your father and your mother will be waiting for you and you'll all be united. All those things are hovering on the bodily concept. So this Vedic philosophy is very, very deep and very, very different, and which has this concept of reincarnation, right? We recycle through our bodies. So, and that is why we say, there are so many things that you would do out of love and affection. I remember I overheard my daughter talking to her other friends when she was 3 years old or 5 or something like that, a very young age. And so at that time, they had suddenly discovered that that books had a barcode, or some things had a barcode on them. And so the kids were trying to figure it out. I think she must be 5 or 6. Kids were trying to figure it out, like, oh, what is this, what is this? And then my I heard my daughter telling her friends that my mom can read barcodes. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was laughing, 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 like, because that is the faith a child has, that my mom is very smart because she can open bowls, she can open jars. So obviously she can read barcodes also. So kids will think. So that's the love and affection that you have for your parents, and you think that they can do everything, and you'll ask for blessings and things like that. And as long as they are alive and they are in a body to give you blessings, that's fine. But the ultimate blessings, if you have to really ask for, is you ask blessings from Krishna. Don't even go to demigods, because here they are saying that worshipping demigods isn't just the mode of goodness, which is the mode of it's still in the material plane. So don't go and do that. So this is what it is. And so when there is a death in the family, and people might say, you know, I am, I'm sure my mom is watching, and yeah,
Yeah.
you know, there's not much of substance in that, unless your parents have gone to, I mean, they can still watch you. Technically speaking, they can still watch you. Like if the parent went to a heavenly planet, from the heavenly planets, they can watch you. But the question is, do they really want to watch you? Right? I mean, they wanting to watch you would mean that they have some attachments for you.
Mm.
And you don't have any attachment. Do you have attachment to the parent that you had in your previous birth? You don't even remember.
We don't even remember.
Remember that, right? So these are very hard and stark realities of life, which kind of open your eyes into like, oh, and that is why we have that story of Chitraketu, right, who lost his son, and then they bring the son back to life, and what does the
Mm.
son say? He says,
Yeah.
are you my father? So that is a reality of life. And so another thing that might come as another question that might come as a corollary to that is that, so what about the Shraddh ceremony that we do for our ancestors, right? And as part of the Shraddh ceremony, you are giving them food. So how does that food reach somebody who's who's already taken a birth, right?
Yeah.
How does that food reach, right? So we have to take 2 steps back and say, why do you have to have a Shraddh ceremony? So Shraddh ceremony is done for our ancestors, not just our parents, but ancestors, which
Yeah.
means all the whole lineage. So it's done for the lineage because if if it happens that one of our ancestors did not get a body, did not get a gross body, still has a subtle body, has a mind, and has desires to enjoy food. So how can they enjoy that? Because they don't have a body. So such ancestors actually go and live in a special planet known as Pitri Lok. So they go stay there for as much of time they have to stay. And so, but their desires will be there. So once a year you offer these things, and they've got to do, there's some calculations there. 1 year over here is 1 day there. So every year that you offer Shraddha, they get food daily, that kind of a stuff is there. But the essence to note here is that that's performance of the Shraddha ceremony is based on the fact that I am assuming that one of my ancestors did not get a body. I'm covering that situation, that maybe one of my ancestors didn't get a body, and let me do this. Let me do this. And there's pitris there who are responsible for dispatching food and things like that. All kinds of things happen there. But once they've got a body, then they're out of that. Now they've got a body. Now they're,
Mm.
they have to go through that. So saying that, I'm going to ask a blessing from my parent actually, um, actually is going to, have its effect. It's all in it's all in your mind. Your mind can think, I asked my blessing from my mom, so that's going to happen, and so you get into a positive frame, and then you achieve it like that. But the
Yeah,
only one who makes things happen or not happen is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has the super soul in
of
your heart,
God.
grants you permission, is watching you, Updrashta, and Anumanta grants permission for that action to be
Mm.
happened. There are five factors to an action happening, right? So whatever big project that you're asking for, which you ask for a blessing of a dead person, then nowhere in the Shastra does it say that they are there involved, right? What it is saying is
Yeah,
five factors to an action is your body, your senses, the act itself, and then the soul and the super soul, like that.
super so.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
that's
Mataji.
what it is.
Yes,
Yeah, death is final. I mean, sometimes some spirits will come
yes,
back and they get, they become. Priests, and they are good spirits and things like that. They have a little bit of power to do things like that, but by and large, in general, no. If they have left the body, they have left the body. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And that is why it's very important at the time of
Uh,
death of a near or dear one to focus on Krishna.
Mm. I, Mataji, last week, my sister, mothers, everybody, they went to Mayapur, and I did not ask them, but my sister got a Gita, Bhagavad Gita from there,
Oh wow, look at that.
and
Yeah.
she told her daughter that means in Bengali it's called Mashi, means me. So she told her daughter that Mashi is going to teach me all these things. So that's why I got the book.
This is, yeah, this is
So
fantastic. And
sweet.
then sometimes you see that we have, and that's why Ajay Kapoor says keep a house on fire desire in your heart, and it is not necessarily that you will be the instrument. Who's going to be the instrument for that? Krishna has already decided. So you had this strong
Mm.
desire. Maybe if you had given a book to your sister, she might not have accepted it. But you go to Mayapur
Yeah.
and somebody else in Mayapur gives the books to you, and you are more, because we are not, we are prone not to listen to our siblings. And one of my siblings is actually
Yes.
listening to me right now. She's on Facebook. Vidyavadu, Devi Dasi Mataji. We also have Achita Radhe and Dilip Bhai Patel Prabhu and Megha Joshi Mataji's Danda Pranams. Yeah, so sometimes it happens. This is Krishna's arrangement, and then now you see, now there's got the book, and now it's like, oh, the priest gave me the book, but I don't know what to do with that book. Okay, I have a sister. Wow, yeah, let's reach out to the sister. So now is the time for you to fan the spark, but slowly,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
you
Mataji.
see how Krishna makes them. So thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, and this is what book distribution does. It's going to change lives, two at least. Yeah,
Yes, Mataji.
nice, very nice.
uh, Madhuri, I have a small question related to this. Can
Hmm.
I ask?
Hmm.
Madhuri, when I offer diya in the morning to the Lord, and afterwards, you see, I go to my parents, my in-laws, both mother-in-law and father-in-law, and father and mother, and my sister. They are no more. So I just, you see, show diya to them and uh, ask for their blessings that bless me that I carry on doing, bless all the members of the family that they get into devotional service, study the scriptures, understand them, apply the instructions in their lives. So is there any harm in asking them, or it will I mean, no need to ask as you described?
Yeah, yeah. Yanti deva vita devan pitrin yanti pritin vata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti majyajinopi mam. Right? So
Hmm.
here's the thing, ancestor worship, right? So here's the thing, that when you take the when you have a ghee lamp in your hand and you are showing it to the Lord,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
You have to be clear in your head, what are you doing, right? And when you take the same ghee lamp and you go to your ancestors, and you show them ghee lamp, what are you doing? Okay. So when you're showing the ghee lamp to the Lord Krishna, what you're doing is you're offering from the
Yeah.
Panchbhutas that we have, earth, water, fire, air, you're offering them fire, right? And after you remove it towards your side, they have accepted it. So once you're pulling the diya towards your side, it's become prasad now
Oh,
because they accepted it, right? Now you're taking that diya, you're
mm,
taking to your parents. So you're offering them
oh,
prasad, right? Is it necessary? You can think that maybe they didn't get a body, they don't have a way or chance to, like, I'm doing it for the soul, right? Can they bless you? I don't think so. Like that. So there's no harm in doing it, but why do it? Just ask Krishna. Ask Krishna for blessing.
right,
Have
right.
faith that Krishna will do it. You don't have to go to another court for justice or anybody else,
Mm.
right? When you have already asked
You see,
Krishna.
I realize, yeah, I realized that 45 years ago he passed away, my father,
Yes,
and my mother nearly 25 years ago. And they must have already taken the body, some body, whatever body they may have taken according to their karmas and
yes,
whatever they were thinking in the last moment.
yeah,
My father was thinking of the Lord, you see, because he said Hare Ram and he went.
yeah,
So I really feel that he must have mm, done, you see, gone somewhere on
yeah.
the higher planet.
Might not come back.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Right?
Mm,
Yam yam yapi smaran bhavam tajyatante kalevaram. He
mm,
spoke the name of the Lord, the name of the Lord, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what it is. If you have to ask the Lord, because he
Yes,
can he can give it to you, the
understood your
blessing that you
point.
want. You have with your spiritual master, ask blessing of your spiritual master, right? And it's the absolute truth is the objective of devotional service, and it's saying Om Tat Sat, right?
I don't know, Mataji. I feel very secure. I feel very secure. See, my mom and dad are here next to me always. I always keep their picture with me, and I feel that they are with me. And he always used to smile, so I feel that I'm studying Bhagavad Gita. So he must be feeling very happy. So this is the feeling comes from my mind. My
Yeah,
mother
yeah,
also, my father also.
yeah. You should keep a picture of Krishna also over there.
Yes, yes, it is there, Mataji.
Yeah,
My whole small little temple is here, Mataji.
fantastic. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Mm,
it is there, and the security should come from the fact that Krishna is there.
Krishna is there.
You see?
Right.
Yeah, that is where the
Yes.
security should be coming from.
Today, my thought process will change.
I'm
You
glad you
changed
asked
it.
that question. Yeah, the thought,
He is
it's
my
all in the mind.
vegetable.
Yeah, it's all
Thank,
in the mind. Yeah.
thanks to Sutapa, she brought up this question.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
I think sometimes because I just miss my father so much sometimes. So that's why means the question came to my mind.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So from this 17th
It's a
chapter,
natural
Mataji,
thing.
we
Yeah,
have to discuss lot of things. There
yeah,
is
yeah. We
lot
have
of
the whole month
questions.
to discuss.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so yeah. So what I was saying was that it is quite common to and it is very natural to miss the parents and miss dear ones, um, right? And so that feeling will be there, and missing is not a positive feeling, right? It leaves a little pain in
Yeah.
the heart, right? So try to also look at parent figures in your life, father figures in your life who are still here, and maybe not still here also. Like Prabhupada is such a fantastic father figure for all of us, right?
Mm.
He's not there, but he's guiding us through the books like that, right? So you will find you'll find distributed, in various places. Look for father figures in the saints which are there, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, They are also there.
Yes.
So and right now you don't have any. So sometimes when people have a father who wrote a book or something like that, they have a connection with the book. But most of the cases we don't, and so they are gone. So they are gone, right? And so the gap will be even more, and the pain will be even more, like that. And one of the things that I always tell is that we should learn to rejoice. And that will be the last point that I'll make because realize I'm late for my class. Um, is that when my mom passed away, she left at a young age. She was as old as I am right now when she died. And so I used to feel miserable. She died in the month of April. So 1st of April means I would start feeling miserable because I'm going to hit that date when she passed away. And her birthday is in May, 2 days prior to Varshana Mataji's. And so one fine day, and then I would make sure that I sacrifice something, and I would go to the temple. I was not related with ISKCON then. I used to go to the temple and ask the priest that, I'm a female, can I still do a shraddh, because my brother is already doing, but I want to do. And he was like, yeah, you do it. So I would do shraddh and all that kind of stuff I would do. And and then so one fine day the thought struck me that, and I would make donations on that day, so I would do all these kind of things. And then
Mm.
one fine day the thought struck me that, why do I mourn her death? She had lived such a nice life, she was such a fantastic lady. Why don't I celebrate her birth? So then I moved my dates, and so instead of giving charity on her death, I started giving charity on her birthday, right? So there's a joy to rejoice. And you see that we rejoice. Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, we all celebrate it. I mean, yes, of course, we say that we feel separation, ye no, ye nilo prema dhana, that song, right? So we do feel separation, but then we rejoice in his life and we feel happy, and then we make cook food that he liked and we distribute and honor the prasadam like that. So so we also have to go and make do that shift. And sometimes look at something nice. Of course, if you miss your father so much, your father definitely had a lot of good qualities. So just see what was something that he had, which you can imbibe and you can inculcate, or you can spread that to other people. Look for that and do it, and then your energy, the grief energy, will get converted into something really
First.
good that you're doing. And so the pain that is there in the heart, that pain, that pinch will go away, and it'll be replaced by
Yeah.
something softer, softer there in your heart, like that, right?
Thank you so
So,
much, Mataji, for the clarification. It's now.
yeah, yeah,
And Madhuri, we are lucky that we have a father figure like our Guru, and we have Guru Ma also. So
Yeah.
both are there, Guru Ma and
there you go.
Guru Maharaj. So
There you
the,
go. Guru Ma and Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Dandatam.
Mataji, today is the Mataji's lecture, right? It is like 1 to
1:30.
3 EST. It showed today is 7th.
Yes,
So it is will be the same Zoom? No, it is your no.
it's not mine. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Krishna,
kripa
Vaishnavi
sindhubhye
Jai
vidya
Padita Sarvabhaja
patitanam
Paritanam
pavanebhyo
Patitanam
vaishnavebhyo
Pavanabayo
namo
Vaishnavi
namaha.
Vayo Namo
Gaur
Namo
Premanande
God
Hari Hari
Pramanante Hari
Bol.
Hari